A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move aimed at alleviating the financial strain on American consumers, President Donald Trump announced on Friday that certain food products, including beef, coffee, and bananas, will be exempt from his administration's sweeping country-by-country tariffs. This decision comes as inflation concerns loom large over the electorate, particularly in the wake of recent elections where cost of living issues dominated voter sentiment. The executive order, which was signed aboard Air Force One, aims to ease the burden on American households struggling with rising food prices. The exemption covers a variety of tropical imports that are not widely produced domestically, such as mangoes, avocados, coconuts, pineapples, and cocoa, along with beef, oranges, and tomatoes. Trump's administration has cited substantial progress in negotiating trade agreements with several Latin American countries, including Argentina, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Ecuador, as a factor in this decision. The new exemptions mean that these products will no longer be subject to the reciprocal tariffs, which range from 10% to over 40%, imposed on many U.S. trading partners. While some food items may still be affected by other tariffs, the White House believes that these exemptions will lead to a decrease in prices, particularly for products that are not competitive in the U.S. market. For instance, Trump highlighted bananas, stating, "We don't make them in this country, so there's no protection of our industries or our food products." The timing of this announcement is crucial, as recent polls indicate that voters are increasingly anxious about inflation and the rising cost of living, a sentiment that has been exacerbated by recent spikes in food prices. According to federal data, food prices rose by 3.1% in the year leading up to September, with specific categories seeing even steeper increases. Beef prices surged by 12.9%, bananas by 6.9%, and roasted coffee by a staggering 18.9%. Despite these figures, Trump has maintained that overall costs have decreased since he took office, pushing back against the notion that higher tariffs contribute to increased consumer prices. However, the rising cost of beef has particularly caught the president's attention, leading him to accuse foreign-owned meatpacking companies of collusion and price manipulation. In response to the escalating beef prices, Trump has suggested that importing more beef from Argentina could help stabilize costs, though this proposal has drawn criticism from U.S.-based ranchers who typically support the president. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association has publicly opposed the idea, warning that increased imports could undermine American ranchers. On social media, Trump defended his stance, asserting that ranchers have to get their prices down and that tariffs on imported cattle have actually benefited them in recent years. As the administration grapples with affordability concerns that have emerged as a key issue in recent elections, the tariff exemptions reflect a strategic effort to address voter anxiety over rising prices. The exemptions, which are retroactive to Thursday, were introduced as part of a broader strategy to stabilize the economy and reassure the American public about the government's commitment to tackling inflation. The Trump administration has faced mounting pressure to demonstrate that the economy is strong and capable of supporting American families amid rising costs. Kevin Hassett, director of the White House National Economic Council, acknowledged the challenges Americans face regarding purchasing power, promising that the administration is working diligently to rectify the situation. As the political landscape shifts, with Democrats gaining ground in recent elections by focusing on cost of living issues, the effectiveness of these tariff exemptions in addressing inflation and reassuring voters remains to be seen. The coming months will be critical as the administration navigates the complexities of trade, domestic production, and consumer prices in an increasingly interconnected global economy. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.